Hey guys, Chris Gogolin here. Today is day one of the new Witchwood expansion release. We're trying out one of the newer decks from the expansion. We're going to play in the even cost Paladin deck here using Genn Greymane. It's kind of our all-star. I've played a few games with this. Started at rank 8 this morning, or this afternoon, whenever it went live, and won 5 or 6 games with it earlier. Felt pretty good about it. Made one or two minor adjustments. The original list I saw was Kalentos, and made one or two minor adjustments. Just a couple cards that I just personally not my cup of tea. He was using the Cult Master. Every time you lose a minion, draws cards, which in this type of deck where you're probably losing guys is probably a good call. Not gonna lie, it's probably a good call to get some cards into your hand. Um, but that guy just never seems to work out for me. Every time I have him, it's always like, you know, he's the only minion I have on the board, and then he just dies. Um, shouldn't happen in this deck, but that just seems to be the way it works out for me. Or then you end up holding him, wishing he was somebody better. So I decided to swap those out and just play guys that I liked better. Uh, so we'll see how this goes here. I don't think I made too many other. Swapped them out and made one or two other minor changes to some of the lower cost minions. Just again, personal preference of guys that I can pull. This guy's a pretty key guy, the Dragonsmith, reducing the weapon. The other key cards in the deck, you've got we'll hang on to that. The Silver Sword is the other big key card in the deck. It's an 8 cost weapon. Really? That's terrible. Uh, oh, he's got Baku. So he's going to upgrade his hero power, so that's going to do 2 damage a turn now. But I've got Genn Greymane, my deck is all even. My hero power only costs 1, which is pretty awesome. Being able to get Silverhand recruits for only 1 mana a turn is pretty awesome. Now, of course, he's just going to kill him at 2 mana a turn, but eventually we're going to get to the point. There we go, there's our sword. So, Silver Sword, after hero attacks, give your minions +1/+1. This makes it reduce the cost, so instead of costing 8, it only costs 6. Pretty clutch. And then the idea is obviously to use Call to Arms and other cards to really flood your board with a lot of cheap cost minions, and then get the Silver Sword out, attack, and pump them up pretty big. Mage is not an ideal deck because of all the aggro spells they have. We'll see if this particular build, but I'm expecting to see Dragon Fury, Blizzard, and Flame Wave. So there's a good piece of the puzzle. Put another guy. We just need minions on the board at this point. I have not played against. I played a couple of the Hunter decks earlier using the Odd to boost the hero power, so the hero power was doing 3 damage a turn. Here's the Crystal Lion. We're going to put this guy out. Drop our weapon down to 6. Definitely a few elementals, so I'm assuming I'll see Jaina here in a couple turns. Still in a good spot. That guy's not bad. I think we're going to do this, though. Huh. That was one of the guys I added, was the pint-sized summoner. Just because I've always thought he's just or she's an interesting character. especially when you can do something like that and pull the card out of the deck and now suddenly make minions cheaper. It's either a big bullseye target for them that they have to go after, or you get to do something like play Tarim a turn earlier or play this guy, you know, a little bit cheaper. Yeah, I didn't do that well. I was too busy talking, not paying attention. Sorry. Fully expecting some type of AoE spell here just to kill all that. Probably Blizzard. Yeah, here comes Blizzard. Dragon Fury? Genn. Ah. I noticed people earlier using him with Jaina. His, him being an elemental is just crazy. What can we do here? All right, we're gonna play a guy. We're gonna play a guy, and then we're gonna coin. And we're gonna shrink Genn down. Yeah, because he is an elemental, when Jaina comes out, all his damage that he does, 2 damage to every other character, has lifesteal. So you get like 12, 14 plus health back, which is just pretty impressive. That's the guy I was looking for about 4 turns ago. Yeah, we can't even afford to. It's to sword or not to sword? That is the question. We're gonna sword. Clear all his stuff out. So that's the benefit of the silver sword. Like I said, your attacks give all your minions +1/+1. Ideally, I'd have 5 or 6 guys on the board. But at this point now, if I can do another, call to arms, pull a couple guys out of my deck. All right, so we still have some options here. That's good. That I really like. Adapt all these guys, give them more health so they're less likely to die to some spells. And now everybody gets bigger again. Come on, Mage, you got half your deck in your hand. You mean to tell me you don't have a board clear spell? There you go. What'd you get? Exactly what you needed. Yeah. That's annoying. But now Elemental Mage is definitely something that's going to be played a lot more often these days. Here comes Jaina. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like this game went one or two turns too long. Mage is tough, though, like I said, because of all the AoE spells and stuff they've got. This is kind of the best we can do. It's only the starting hero power, right? Yeah, so his, the odd cost guy only boosts the starting hero power. What a jerk. Yeah, too little, too late. Doesn't matter, he's just going to make more. We're probably just going to scoop this game and roll on to the next one. Unless by some miracle he doesn't do... Yeah. But I'm fully expecting him... I was definitely expecting a blizzard by now. That was the one other change I made. I added the Consecrate, because, well, sometimes you need a Consecrate. Pretty sure I still lose, but hey, you never know. I'm sure he's got some type of spell to kill me with. Pyroblast. Obviously put a bunch of elementals out, but... little too late. If I had drawn the weapon, the other copy of my weapon, I might have had a shot, but... Go ahead and give this another quick go. I really just want to show off the deck, just to show you guys. I know there was a lot of questions. You know, a lot of people talking on the forums and on the different websites, different streams about the even and odd, and could you build a deck with just one type of card, and were the benefits even worth it? And it's a pretty strong abilities. Definitely liking it so far. I didn't get either card. I crafted the even cost guy. That's a guy I could have used last turn. We're going to keep the summoner, especially because I could coin the summoner out. Yeah, I don't have any objections to this hand. I know I said I was thinking about coining the summoner, but picking up the call to arms actually changed my mind. Second call to arms. Interesting. And that is one of the beauties of the pint-sized summoner. It's complete luck. I can't take any credit or anything for that. That was just complete luck, top deck there to get the. But he's clearly going to stall as well, and I'm sure we're going to get Shutter Walked later. There's another interesting card in the new set, the Shutter Walk. Playing against that guy earlier was definitely not fun when it hit the board and triggered all the battle cries over and over and over and over and over and over. I think at one point my opponent put 6 Shutter Walks out onto the board, but because of other battle cries, they all ended up back in his hand, or 5 of them ended up back in his hand. And then he just played another Shutter Walk on the next turn and redid all the whole loop and cycle. He actually got the rope and timed his turn out, going through all the different animations. There's my weapon. Alright, we're going to use you. This was another card I just added. I was curious to see how this guy would work. Lifesteal and Rush with the Silver Sword. It seemed like an interesting little combo. I'm thinking I kill a couple of his minions and then tar him. So I think we're going to do that. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Whoops. Could have got 1 more damage if I had actually done that right. So it's still your typical Paladin aggro type deck. Not a whole lot different from before the new release. Sure. There's 7. That's pretty much more than fatal on the board. I'm sure he could do a Lightning Storm or something, or maybe a Volcano and clear out a bunch of this. Did he draw the Volcano? Yeah, there's the Volcano. But he didn't get it all. So that game was a little closer to how they normally go. We'll run one more real quick just to show how some of the other, how the different draws and things can work. Maybe I got lucky game 2. Maybe I got unlucky game 1. You don't really know. You need a 3rd game to break the tie. There we go with another Shaman. deck too. I like the Lion, and you can probably squeeze him out a little earlier because of the hero power being cheaper. But we're going to try something. I feel bad now that I got this guy too, because I could have had probably 3 or 4 recruits. But it's Shaman. They've got hexes anyway. I really hate the Doomsayer. I wish that card would just get rotated out, but we are not so fortunate. Is there any possible way I could kill him? 2, 3, no. Jerk. Yeah, I know. I'm the one playing the stupid Paladin deck, and I'm calling him the jerk. We're going to do that because I just want some Silverhand recruits on the board. Get our Crystal Lion out. Yeah, I know. It seems like there's no method to my madness right now. I'm just throwing guys all over the place. But we're going to try and set up the Knife Juggler. Knife Jugglers. With a whole bunch of cheap Silverhand recruits here in a second. Ah, there's my sword. Alright, we're going to do that on 7 then. He got 7 in hand. He's already played 1 Lightning Storm. And his crystals are overloaded. Alright, what the hell? I'm going to hold one guy back just to have another guy to trigger these guys with. 2, 4, 5, 6, or 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, that's why I really wasn't big on the Crystal Lion anyway, because I knew he was just going to get hexed. So we're going to find out how many more AoE spells he's got. That was like the worst possible combination ever. Yep. Equality. Ah. Alright. Well, we're just going to have to do this the hard way. Hey, they're all bigger. probably should have killed, in a perfect world, would have killed the Mana Tide Totem there, but I've got to try to protect at least one of these guys. So we're going to hold back. He's got a spell. But I'm not overly concerned about that, because even if he clears me with something here, I'm going to put 3 recruits in my hand. Oh, he's just going to pick them all back up. And he can squeeze one of them back out. Alright, this is going to be fun. Oh. On a different turn, that would have been awesome. Alright. Get rid of him. So that's kind of the turn I was waiting for. Trying to keep a couple guys alive. You tar them, all your guys up, and then do that. But if I don't kill him this turn, I'm going to be in big trouble. But I've got 8, 16, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3 damage, 33 damage. So if he doesn't have anything with taunt, he's toast. He can heal back up to full, but I can do more than 30. So luckily he wasn't in a position yet to squeeze out that Shutter Walk, so I take another win. So I guess I was just unlucky the first game, and the deck is actually pretty solid. So I think I showed the list at the beginning, but I'll pull it up again real quick just right here, just so you can see my differences from some of the other online versions, and then you can make fun of me in the comments. So we've I cut down to 1 Berserker, added a pint-sized Summoner. This guy I'm not sure about yet. He may come or go. I added a Consecrate, because if you're playing 2 equalities, why not play at least 1 Consecrate? And then I also put in a Sour Knight Chain Gang, because having guys with taunt is pretty cool, especially when you put 2 minions on the board at the same time and then can pump them up if you happen to attack with your sword. But other than that, it's pretty similar to Kalenta's list that he had put up this morning. So thanks for watching. You guys have a great night.